Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Martin Förtsch. I've studied computer sciences and applied sciences, and I'm working for TNG Technology Consulting, which is based in Munich, IT consulting company, for 17 years right now. And yeah, as an IT consultant.
I think the AI is a very hot topic.
Yes,
right
it is,
now.
definitely.
And my question to you is, what can we do with AI right now in terms of our professional lives? What can be already automated? And where do you think that technology is going? What could be automated in the future?
Yeah, so to be honest, ChatGPT changed a lot, to be honest. We worked with GPT, so generative pre-trained transformer, many years before. But with ChatGPT and the neural networks GPT 3.5 and 4, they were so powerful that we are already used that in our daily life. So when it comes to, I don't know, let's create some source code for a function, instead of visiting Stack Overflow, Typically, when you don't know how to implement a function, you Google for that, or if you have an error message, you Google for that, then you land on Stack Overflow, then you read a lot of threads, and then you create a solution because of reading the stuff, and then you're fine. And nowadays, it changed a lot. When I have problems, I can just ask GPT, and most of the time it's much faster to get the solution. And but you have to keep in mind that whenever you use something like that, data security, you are not allowed to put customer data in which is secret or something like that. This is very important to understand. And this is maybe one of the caveats when it comes to ChatGPT and the stuff, because you have to do remote calls to send information to a US-based company. And I would prefer if we can host something like that on premise on our own server or something like that. Yeah.
You think that's the future, that the companies will build their own? Okay.
I expect that this will be the future, that we probably will run the stuff on our own laptops or desktop PCs. And actually, there are already implementations on the market. So just to name one, Alpaca, but it violated licenses. So it was trained on answers made by ChatGPT, but you were able to host it on your own laptop and to use it. Of course, the quality was not that good like with ChatGPT, but it was good enough, and it points us in a direction what we can expect the next 5 to 10 years or something like that.
But do you think that will go even further into the point where companies are building or kind of implementing such a solution that they can use it on their own and train it on their own rules?
Actually, you can already do fine-tuning. Back in the days, we implemented a so-called troll posting AI, which generates troll posts. So as GPT-2 is already pre-trained, you still can do fine-tuning. You can do some after-training. And so we just served our GPT-2 deep neural network just troll posts, a lot of troll posts. And after training and fine-tuning, our GPT-2 instance, which ran locally, just created troll posts all the time. That was, by the way, an art project, so yeah.
But can you have that already in like a closed loop, that you are only kind of using your own data to train it, and that data does not go outside of that loop?
Yeah,
okay.
We are currently working on that to optimize our internal processes in our consulting company, because we believe that AI will help us in the future to become more efficient. And so we are currently working on tools which are trained with internal data, so that this tool can answer us questions where we typically have to search for minutes, many minutes, and we hope that such a tool can give us an answer on our daily life questions in seconds.
So you think that tools such as ChatGPT will, or even maybe are now, kind of replacing search engines like Google?
In a Yeah, in one way or another, yeah, probably.
Okay. And do you think that that technology will go even further, and how that looking further may look like?
Yeah, it depends how you define further. So nowadays you can do so many things I never expected. To be honest, if somebody told me 10 years before, hey Martin, in the next 10 years you just type in a prompt, an image description, and then magic, this image gets created and it looks like a real photograph. I wouldn't believe that. But we are at this point. Generative AI had such it's skyrocketing currently to see what you can create with a few prompts, also input commands or whatever you call it. It's prompt. Yeah.
So, like, maybe talking more in general terms, how
Yeah.
do you think the AI will change the way we work? What kind of
Yeah.
skills we'll need in the future in
Yeah.
our professional lives?
Yeah, currently, people are speaking a lot about prompt engineering. Yeah, so this is the art how you speak or interact with a large language model like GPT, and and actually there are looking for people, doing this. Yeah, so I already saw job offers for prompt engineers. It's completely new somehow. But anyways, how will it change our work? Of course, it is already influencing my work. So as I said, generating source code, yeah, or summarizing documents or whatever, yeah. This is already on its way. It's a solved problem somehow. But what you probably mean is how will it change the whole workforce in a country, in the world? And to be honest, this is very, very hard to tell. It's like forecasting a share, you know, what will be the price tomorrow or in 10 years. You probably can't do that. So a lot of jobs will probably change with introducing AI. And we have to see how society will evolve with that. And I think sometimes that AI can help us to solve one of the biggest problems. In the future, we have the younger generation have to become more efficient. Why? Let's speak about Germany. We will lose a workforce of nearly 15 million people within the next 15 years. This is 1/3 of our workforce. You can imagine what that means. The old people, they still want to consume, and we have to produce that. You know what I mean? So actually, maybe it is a good thing that we become more efficient with the help of AI, so that we are capable to do that.
Your presentation on Infoshare was about creating a slide deck using AI.
Yeah.
And you mentioned to me that there are already ways that, for example, startups can use that software
Yes.
to create pitch decks for investors. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, okay. So the AIslides.com project was more an innovation project. We want to tell people, hey, look what's possible with today's AI. This is not a product. This is not a product. But if you can tell content creators, hey, look at this. You can create a complete presentation. You just provide a topic and it gets generated automatically within 2 minutes or something with images. Yeah. We want to inspire the people, and of course, we gain skills in AI. And if some of the attendees or viewers of this interview, if they are interested, they can contact us, and then we can help with AI solutions, agile software development, or cloud and DevOps and stuff like that. And yeah, furthermore, there are startups building around the usage of using ChatGPT or text to image like Stable Diffusion, Dolly, Midjourney. But yeah, it's a very dynamic situation right now.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of solutions coming up on the market.
Yeah.
But there are still many questions
Yes.
about the technology and what comes with it. You already mentioned a bit about privacy risk that are there, but what are other things we should think about before implementing AI into our products and services?
Yeah, so I think the question is we need some guidance from politics. So when it comes to ethical questions, if I understood that right, moral questions, and you know, and of course, politics have to see and find solutions for what's coming up and what's going on. And currently, I have that strange feeling that. We currently experience some kind of an iPhone moment in artificial intelligence. It is so fast that the politics are not able to follow. And this is crazy. This is really, really crazy. And I hope they are capable to find solutions, to find guidance for everything what's going on. There are many questions to solve. Like, for example, if you take text to image, deep neural networks. They are typically trained with photography, pictures which are licensed, yeah? And yeah, the photographers were not asked if this can be used to train a deep neural network, but they used it, actually. So these are also questions where people need answers, I think.
Yeah, but going maybe on a little bit smaller scale,
Yeah.
like on a let's say on a company level.
Yeah.
What a certain company, what are the things they need to think about and
Yeah.
make sure that they are kind of safe on? So you mentioned like privacy, there are
Yeah.
like copyrights,
Yeah.
anything else?
On the company level, Yeah, what's very important if you use this stuff, as I already mentioned, is the data security thing. So when we internally use GPT-3 or higher, you are doing remote calls. So be very, very careful to not enter as any customer data or private data in it. Yeah, so that's a very important thing. And maybe you've heard of it, but Samsung just blocked GPT, the usage of that internally, because engineers were typing in high confidential informations into those remote calls, and that's a no-go. That's a huge problem.
So the companies also need to remember to train their employees
Yes.
properly
Yeah,
and
yeah,
make them
right.
aware of those issues.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, and what do you see kind of the biggest roadblocks on the way on developing that technology further?
Can you reformulate the question?
You talked a little bit about the regulations that they are not
Yeah.
keeping up. Is there anything beside the regulation part that can block the development of the AI?
That can block the development.
Yeah.
Yeah, currently it looks like it's self-evolving somehow. But yeah, of course, regulations can block this. That's clear. And I had some chats here at the Infoshare where people were telling me that in their company it's strictly forbidden to use tools like, yeah, GPT or something else.
They mention why? They're the same reason
Because
with
of
Samsung,
the
or?
unsolved copyright
Okay.
issues I just talked about. Yeah.
Okay.
So they said, yeah, it's a gray zone. There are no rules existing, so please don't use it.
Okay. So many questions marks still there.
Yeah.
Many question marks. Could you give any advice to startups who want to start going into that direction and implementing AI into their already existing products and services? How to start that?
Not really, to be honest. Not really. So as an IT consultant, I work more for large enterprises and companies. It's very seldom that we have a startup. We also have that, but the number of such projects is somehow smaller. Yeah. So I can't give an answer on that, to be honest. Yeah.
And for bigger organizations who want to go into that direction, where should they start?
Well, yeah, they should get an overview what's possible. And this is our idea why we are giving talks at conferences and so on, or at meetups. We want to inspire the people. Hey, come to us, visit our talks. We can show you what AI is capable to do. But it is you have to get inspired. You have to develop ideas because you probably have the data. We don't have, yeah? And then we can think about what can we do with it. And speaking about the internal tool we are currently working on, this could be a huge game changer for large companies. So if you have your internal documentation, yeah, I don't know what they're using. Yeah, probably it's a Confluence or a Wiki or something like that. Just imagine if you can train your own, let's say, GPT or a large language model, and you train that with your internal data on premise, and then you can get your answers within seconds. And in my daily job, I lose a lot of time while searching for an information. We have a ton of documentations at customer projects. Sometimes they are outdated, sometimes they are not findable because the search quality is not that good. You name it, yeah? And yeah, finding information much faster means you get more efficient.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
thank you.